So I'm just sitting here, got my stuff ready to check out. I've got about an hour and 3/4 until I get the bus, so I'm just gonna sit down, enjoy my coffee, chill out. I have a 10-minute walk to the bus stop, so I don't have to rush. It was raining during the night pretty heavily, even when I woke up, but now it's stopped. So hopefully it stays stopped until I at least get on the bus, because I have no umbrella. Let's see how it goes. It's a nice little place though. They have all your manga, and they've got like the mini video games consoles over there too, board games. Staff are really nice as well, so yeah. Couldn't have asked for a better stay really here in Kagoshima. Well, I'm all checked out. I've got about half an hour to kill before I get the bus. Stopped into Don Quixote to get a little lemon Pepsi drink for the bus journey. It's 50 yen. I don't even know what that is in euro. Like 30 cent, something like that. So I'm just gonna walk around the little shopping arcade area and waste a bit of time. Basically, that's just the plan. Then we make our way to Kumamoto. 3.5 hour bus journey, give or take. I miss Kagoshima. Now, as I'm making my way down to my hotel, so I'll just give you a little rundown about what Kumamoto is famous for. So it's famous for its castle, Kumamoto Castle, which we'll be going to in a while after I check in. It's also famous for certain types of food that they've got. So they have a unique kind of twist on ramen. Of course, everywhere you go kind of has its own little twist on ramen, but they use a lot of garlic here. Garlic oil and crispy bits of garlic on top, which is interesting. But they also have another food called basashi. Now, torisashi, you might remember from Kagoshima, was raw chicken. Sashi meaning like 10 cuts of meat raw. Well, basashi is horse meat, raw horse meat, and it's very popular in this region. It has been popular for the last few hundred years. It might be strange to us, but no, not for these, it's not strange at all. So anyway, gonna check in. We'll go for a walk after that, check out the castle area. I'm very interested in the castle area because it's a castle. So let's head to the hotel first. See anything? Where's the light switch? Oh. Wait. Oh. I mean, it's basically a hostel, but it's not. You have your own. It's, yeah, you get it. It's a hotel. Kind of. So yeah, that was just a little look at the room. Now it's a small room, hotel, but it's essentially a capsule hotel with a bit more privacy, a bit of a bigger space. You've got a little chair, you've got your own little locker, so you know, for the price, can't really complain. But you might be noticing now that I'm after getting rained on. I just left the hotel and started walking down, just started pouring down, so I had to take shelter for a minute. But I have my little hat in my bag. I was too late getting it out. So we're going to head down now to the Kumamoto Castle area. I'm interested to see it. It's one of the highly regarded castles in Japan, along with Himeji, for example, or I guess Osaka as well. So we'll head down there now. Shouldn't take us too long. I like how I'm just walking down the street and I come across a little row of these like preserved old buildings. Do you know what it is about them? It's the rooftops, isn't it? There's something about the rooftops. I guess there's a little shrine in here too, but it's closed. Tell you, this weather is absolutely nuts. The sun came out about 5 minutes after I said I got rained on, and it's so hot. And I'm in a bloody jacket and trousers. I thought like today was supposed to be rainy and cloudy, but that changed very quick. Well, unfortunately last entry is at 4 o'clock apparently on a Sunday. So that plan is gone today. We'll see it tomorrow. Now, Kumamoto Castle survived 50 days during the last siege of the samurai, which you might remember, Saigo Takamori, the last samurai. He was part of that. So it lasted 50 days against that, but unfortunately it couldn't last the 2016 earthquake in the region. Now this is just one part of it, but you can see the renovations are ongoing. So 2016, the earthquake hit here and it really destroyed so much of it. Walls crumbled, roof tiles fell, just devastation, you know. But they've been renovating it, restoring it for the last few years, and now they've got so many parts of it back like in a respectable condition. So tomorrow we'll be able to get more of an idea of what it looks like, but obviously they're not finished with it. It's such a big task to bring this castle back to life. It's just a shame that the 4 o'clock last admission, and I wouldn't mind, it's 4:15 now, so you know, we'll come back tomorrow and we can go exploring a bit. There's a little shrine here, big shrine here. Or is it a temple? It's a shrine. But let's go in and check it out. Look at it though. Here we got a view of the castle. Isn't that gorgeous? Now let's go back and look at the shrine. Selling shaved ice here. Yeah, well, I was going to talk more about the castle, but you know, what can I do? I'll do it tomorrow for sure when we're here, because I've been reading up quite a lot on it, and it's a pretty cool place, especially when it goes into the detail of the construction of it. You know, it's pretty cool. Now I can at least tell you before we come back tomorrow that this shrine is dedicated to Kato Kiyamasu. Now Kato Kiyamasu was a warlord and a castle architect, and they hired him to build this castle. He was in charge of it, and he was able to use, at the time, they were very modern defensive techniques when building it, so they built this in dedication to him. Oh, had to come on. Jeez, I tell you, when that sun comes out, I'm a goner. Well, I was going to tell you a bit more about the castle there. However, I think, yeah, we're going to have to leave that until tomorrow, I think, because, well, I'm going to be back here in the morning if that's the case, so I'll get here as early as I possibly can. Just to beat the crowd, to beat the heat if I'm walking around the grounds of the castle, so yeah. It's just a shame. What can you do, you know, these things happen when you're travelling around, unfortunately. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Nice little park over here though. I don't know what this is over here, but I don't really want to kind of go over and film them just in case it's some kind of a ritual or, you know, I don't know. Never mind. It just seems like it was a dance practice, so we forget about that. Good luck to them though, fair play to them. Why is this little kid screaming all the time? Jesus, tourists, honestly. What? Never mind. So this is Sakura no Baba Joysian. This is kind of like the food and drink area around the castle. We'll go and see what's going on down here. Some museums, ice cream shops, which would not be a terrible idea, not gonna lie. Of course, you can rent a kimono if you want. Probably nice if you do rent one and you can go up and get your photos taken up at the castle. If it was open, obviously. Salt cider. Salt. I didn't realise how many shops were actually in this area. There's so many, it's ridiculous. I thought it was just going to be a couple of them, but no. Oh my god. Well, I couldn't bring you to the castle, so I'm gonna have to try something, right? Something to keep you entertained. Oh god. Hi, thank you. Oh man. Okay, I'm ready. I don't know what way I eat it. I guess I just... Oh my god, I hit my hand off the other piece. Here it goes. I don't even know what it tastes like because I've never had raw meat. I suppose it's like cold mince, cold burger. I don't know. I'm gonna have to eat it. It's not bad or anything. It's just strange. It's horse. Oh, why have I done this? Oh my god. And I guess I'm the only one around here that actually thinks it's strange. Everybody else is just going up ordering it, kids are ordering it and everything. So I'm actually the weird one here. I can't believe it. Just eating raw horse meat sushi. Horse meat mince sushi. Can you believe it? I can't. Although it's not as bad as raw chicken. So I mean, there's that, of course. Nothing really is as strange as raw chicken. No matter what, you can eat raw anything, but raw chicken is kind of like it is the ultimate strange raw food, right? I think everyone could agree on that. Man, what the hell? Well, this Satsuma soda will surely wash it down, right? Oh yeah, so good. Oh man, that's what I should have got instead of raw horse meat. But hey, you know, at least I won't have an appetite for a while. That's a statue of Kato Kisamori. That's the guy who built this castle that's closed today. But he was the warlord and the master castle builder of the time. And what I've read about the defensive structures that they used in the making of Kumamoto Castle is quite interesting, at least if you're me and you're interested in that kind of thing. But like, especially at that time, you know, there wasn't a lot of, well, there was knowledge, but like, you know, he was able to push it forward a bit more, the defensive systems. Now I'm just going to go up this way first because it's the shortest way, so I can do that little loop and then I can just come back up and go all the way back behind me because it looks like it stretches around the corner. This place is absolutely massive. Like, I know the arcades are always big, but like, you know, this is a lot wider than they usually are. This is like a street, proper street. Tempted to get a beer in the 7-Eleven just to wash away the strangeness of having a raw horse. I just can't get over that. Oh, sorry if I keep going on about it, but you know, it's one of those things that like you never wouldn't even think of, like that even exists as a food. Raw horse, minced raw horse with rice. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much going on here in this little arcade, and I've only torn down one little section of it. So if you can't find something to do here in Kumamoto, you're doing something very wrong. The amount of restaurants along the way, funny enough, a lot of them advertise basashi, horse, raw horse. Sorry, I'll stop talking about it now. Did you know that I ate raw horse? Of course, you always have these places around, this small kind of set meal budget restaurants. You know, they'll sell you like the rice bowl with beef, miso soup, some vegetables, and then your free like brown rice tea or brown rice water. I think it's tea, not water. The 100 yen shop, of course. 100 yen shops are always crazy because like the stuff they sell is so random. You know, one row of stuff is like souvenir stuff, then the next row of things like kitchen cleaning utensils. I don't know, it's just weird. Look, there's an Irish bar here, Celts. Of course there's an Irish bar here. Every city you go to there's an Irish bar. I've been to some small cities around Japan, towns, and there's an Irish bar. Don Quixote. And just want to check out the nerd shop while I'm here because I passed by it in that arcade street. Actually, the street has signposts up saying Arcade Street. So I'm not nicknaming it that. That's actually what it's called on the street signs. I swear I've been walking for about 15 minutes and I'm only coming up to the end of the shopping arcade. It certainly lives up to its name, but of course, as I said in the other video, when you come through one shopping arcade, you kind of come through all of them. The only thing is, you'll find a lot of like different food stalls or food shops, and a lot of them would be kind of catering towards the food of the region, which is nice. I do like that about it. That is one of the main reasons I'd say you should come to a shopping arcade area, because you'll find something there. They'll sell some local snacks or they'll sell some local desserts. So yeah, that's definitely the main reason I would recommend coming to a shopping arcade like this in Japan. And you'll always find your 7-Elevens and Lawsons everywhere, even on this kind of a street, you know. Yeah. I'm just walking around. As I said, well, we know how it goes already, right? First day, no proper plan. And you see, this is the problem. Because I'd made that plan to go to Kumamoto Castle, and look what happened. Couldn't do it. Closed. So you're better off not having a plan. Look, that happens the very first time that I have a plan on my first day going somewhere and it falls apart. So that says a lot. This is finally the end of it. I don't know what that was, but it was pretty cool. Oh, there's an entrance in that way. I should have went that way. I had to squeeze past all the people that were trying to order food. Oh. So, sorry, I just said oh because there was a weird vending machine. Well, not weird, but one of those vending machines that sells hot food. Oh, look, a sausage dog. Yeah, it's quite interesting, whatever it was. I guess it was like a food and drink and, well, food and drink and music festival. Just a little Sunday evening thing that they probably put together. Yeah. It's something nice that you find when you're just going for a stroll, when your plans of visiting Kumamoto Castle are ruined. There you go, look. These cool little carved stone statues. As a matter of fact, when I was making my way down towards Kumamoto Castle from after I checked in, yeah, I was walking past like this place beside like 7-Eleven, yeah. It was like two little houses like this, right, and an even narrower passageway than this, slightly narrower. And I didn't go in, but just hanging between the two buildings was like the little shrine, the rope with the white paper. And I was like, oh, I must check that out now. I didn't check it out, but I will. It must be like the smallest entry to a shrine that I've ever seen. This place is just full of food markets, little coffee shops. Everywhere I've gone so far in Kumamoto is like little food markets. Well, maybe not all food markets, but like in the arcade there's a lot of food shops. That's the second little food market I've come along. There's another one I saw on the map. It's actually called Food Market Stall Street. So Yeah, I guess there's food markets on that street. I'll walk out onto... Let's go to the main road and see what's going on, see if it's anything like Kagoshima's main road. And no, in Japan it's not just shrines and temples that you come across. Look, they even have a church. Now, of course, compared to Buddhism and Shinto, Christianity is not huge in Japan, but you know, it's still got a decent amount of members, I would say. I do find it very similar to Kagoshima in a way, the main street, because on either side you've got the shopping arcade, like on the one in Kagoshima, in Tenkanmon, and then you've got the tram line in the middle. And it's weird because, you know, when you're in the big cities like the Tokyos and Fukuokas, whatever, you kind of get used to subway transportation. But yeah, you just kind of forget that there's just a street tram going around. It's pretty cool. I see a little temple down here, shrine. Hold on, let's go and have a little look. Yeah, so of course, when you come somewhere nice like this, you kind of, you know, you just get so used to temples and shrines that when you see a Catholic church, it's kind of a bit of a like, wait, where am I moment. Lovely though. Now that's Tani Tateki. Now you won't know who that is, right? But way back when the Satsuma rebellion happened here at Kumamoto Castle, he was the one that was in charge of the pro-government forces at the time, and they holed up for 54 days in Kumamoto Castle and eventually led the pro-government forces to victory. Now that's not the original statue. The original statue was built in the 1910s at some stage. But during World War II, the original one got destroyed. So this one was rebuilt in the 60s again. So yeah, he's quite an important man around Kumamoto, around Japan, I suppose, if he helped to quash the Satsuma rebellion. Just then across the road, I see this little shrine area that's underneath the castle. Castle is up there. Just wanted to walk over before I start heading back. Of course, you've got a couple of photo opportunities here. Oh, you can't go up. Okay. Now, while I'm here underneath the castle, I should say that in 2016 it wasn't just the foundation and the walls of the castle that was damaged by the earthquake. As a matter of fact, the main street out here and that shopping arcade that we walked through, a lot of the shops there were damaged, whether it was shattered windows, cracked walls, roofs collapsing, and they had power outages. They had all sorts of problems. But like the castle, those streets still stand now, the businesses are still open, so just goes to show you the people of Kumamoto, the city of Kumamoto, is it's a pretty resilient place from its history to 2016. Yeah, I don't know. You got to admire the resilience, I think. I mean, this wouldn't have all been running right now. A few years ago, it would have been doing all the repairs. Yeah, just makes you think. Well, it's about that time I start heading back now. I want to grab a shower and stuff and then plan tomorrow. The plan, of course, is Kumamoto Castle. unfortunately didn't get to do it today, even though I said to you we're going to the castle. But look, you got to see me eating horse sashimi. Come on, give me credit, at least I came up with something. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video, if that horse meat doesn't kill me. Bye bye.